Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers June 9th to 20th. Nick's shocking downfall and Adam's ruthless revenge. Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, talks to Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, about healing with Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, and with music. But Phyllis is busy yapping about France and Dumas her big plan. Daniel thinks pretty much it's just wacky nonsense, but Phyllis insists nobody in town wants to hire her. Daniel thinks Phyllis is desperate and then she lashes out and says Daniel has no ambition. Phyllis claims she's doing this all for him, but Daniel doesn't want any of it. And then Phyllis says the mystery man is going to beg her to work with him and calls her son Daniel a buzzkill. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, meanwhile tells Nick she just can't go to France. She's quite worried about Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes. Says her daughter needs her. Sharon thinks Mariah has got some sort of Ian Ward, Ray Wise, related PTSD. Nick's bummed she can't go and Sharon wants to know why he wants her there. Sharon's being so thirsty about Nick lately. And he gives her a very bland answer that he thinks the trip's going to be drama. The party's going to be drama. And Sharon is somebody who can keep him calm. There's nothing romantic in what he says, but I'm sure she's hearing hearts and flowers. Daniel asks Sharon and Nick to please talk to Phyllis because she's just losing it. Nick isn't optimistic they'll get through to her, but Sharon and Nick do chat with Phyllis on Monday. And of course, Sharon just has to drop the fact that she was Nick's +1 at Nicky Newman's, Melody Thomas Scott party. Phyllis says she's going to France and Sharon's probably not pleased about that because Nick's going to France. Mariah's haunting past and Tessa's plea. Young and the Restless drama unfolds. Meanwhile, Tessa is pleading with her wife Mariah to please tell her what happened that has her so upset. But she can't tell Tessa. She's too afraid to. Mariah says it's dangerous, but she opens up a little. Mariah tells Tessa that these thoughts of Ian were haunting her while she was on her business trip, and she got drunk to just kind of shut that all down. And then Mariah starts blaming herself for Ian's wicked deeds, including Heather Stevens, Vale Bloom, death, Lucy Romalotti's, Lily Brooks O'Brien, grief, Sharon being taken, Victor Newman, Eric Braden, being shot, all of that. And then we're going to get a flashback on Monday to Mariah drinking with this older man. I'm going to say he's Ian-esque. He's the right age. He's got this silver hair, all that. She takes his hand and then snaps out of it. Tessa still wants to talk, but Mariah just is freaked out by this flashback. She runs off to Crimson Lights, runs into Daniel, snaps at him, and when Tessa catches up to her, Mariah yells at her wife, and says, "Leave me alone." Victor's demands and Audra's deception. Young and the Restless intrigue. Tuesday, June 10th, we've got Victor demanding that Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, play dirty, and she do it now. So, Victor did get the invites to the party. Audra wanted but says it's on her to get Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, there. Meanwhile, Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, her ex, is eavesdropping on Audra and Victor. Holden and Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, are tested as friends. Now, Holden's basically fired because Dumas told Damian to fire him after he fired Damian. So, he offered to Holden he would try to get him a job at Winters and he turned Damian down. But I think Holden may be making a demand for him to help get him into that party because Holden is so super fixated on Audra right now. Also on Tuesday, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, tells Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, he thinks they should go ahead and go to the party in France and just see what's up. Turns out she had already added it to their schedule. Diane is 2 steps ahead. Adam's predicament and Chelsea's dilemma. Young and the Restless power plays. On Wednesday, June 11th, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, is in defense mode about Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. So, Adam may have run a hit piece on Newman Media against Billy just to appease Victor. Or it could be Sally having to protect Billy from yet another attack from Phyllis. Victor, meanwhile, tells Adam he better follow orders or else. This is ongoing pressure by Victor, ongoing threats that Adam must attack Billy using the media outlet. Victor wants to be Adam's first choice, not Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, and makes that very, very clear. Devon Hamilton, Brighton James, and Abby Newman, Melissa Ordway, and Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, are all at Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, this week talking. They're all kind of stressed out. It's all about Mystery Man's Friday the 13th shindig. And Chelsea wants advice from Nikki. So Chelsea might be asking Nikki for tips on handling Victor. She may tell her that Adam's being pressured to attack Billy and Chelsea hates it, but Victor won't let up. Nikki is Victor's biggest enabler. I've said this here so much. She's like the only one that could probably influence him to be better, but she always wimps out and it's really bothering me. Audra's lies and Victor's bargain. Young and the Restless twists. Thursday, June 12th. Audra is hiding a couple of things from Nate. And first and foremost, she's going to France to try and play dirty with Kyle. So, she's got to have a cover story. And I'm assuming she's going to lie to Nate and Audra's going to say that, you know, Victor's demanding that she goes because of their new business. Something like that. Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, gives Kyle approval and that could be Claire telling Kyle, go ahead and go to that party in France without me. Cole Howard's, J. Eddie Peck, sick, so she's not going to leave her dad. Obviously, Audra is going to connive up some way to convince Kyle he has to go. Victor drives a hard bargain with Chelsea. Victor may be pushing Chelsea to cooperate at Newman Media, and to stop guilt-tripping Adam about doing his job where Billy is concerned. Family drama and recast rumors. Young and the Restless spoilers continue. Friday the 13th, Devon is determined to protect the family and their legacy as the party kicks off. So, there's a leaked photo here. I can show you from some monitors behind the scenes. That's Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, and Lily with actor Billy Flynn. Based on the intense scene with him and Lily, I'm still back to Kane Ashby recast. We'll find out on Friday on Young and the Restless. Tessa is not going to back down with Phyllis. Looks like she's pressuring her again to spill beans about Daniel. And Christine Williams, Laura Lee Bell, and Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, are back to Genoa City on Friday the 13th. Daniel runs into his dad and his girlfriend at Crimson Lights, and he's so thrilled to have his one non-crazy parent back the week of June 16th through the 20th. Tragedy and relationship turmoil. Young and the Restless cliffhangers. Looks like there might be a tragedy at the party. Stay tuned tomorrow for a full video about that because that's a whole video's worth of leaks. Something came out from one of the actors involved. Cole's health worsens. Claire and Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, are extremely worried about him.